We're starting early. We are live. We're starting early. I'm at home. It's the end of the week. We're starting early. We're starting early. Woo! No one's here. Oh, one person. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, one. Oh, this tank top situation needs some work. Can you do me a favor? Can you toss me a t-shirt?
Which t-shirt would you like? What about the red one?
Yeah. Thank you. Hi, Emery. Emery, do you want to be my guest today? Let me know if you want to be my guest today, and I will send you a link. Hi, Carol Cowan. Hi, Jenny Johnston. Everybody has been so very patient around our starts, and Tomi was so great last week, and I said to myself, you know what? I am going to make sure that we are going to, thank you. I'm going to make sure that we are going to do a nice early start. I'm just going to go off camera, do a little quick change. I'll be right back. But I am here.
Yeah. Do you want me to stop the dishwasher for guys?
No, it's fine. Thank you. So everybody, how was your week? How are you feeling? Let's start with a bit of a roll call. Where are you reading from today? And how far have you reached in the book? Please tell me that as well. Where are you? Quick change. Okay, look, I got this t-shirt from Mess in a Bottle, as strong as the woman next to me. So this makes me very happy. There we go. Makes me very happy. It's a great t-shirt. Tomi and I got matching t-shirts. All right, everyone, where are you reading from today? How far have you gotten in the book? All right, I will be right back. There we go, Emery. All right, Emery, you should receive an email that should help you to get right on. So let me know if you receive that. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? It is 7:00, our official start time. We started early today because people have been so great when we've started a little bit later. So let's see who's here. And so Emery, Carol, and Jenny, and Gina, and Mr. Proven 3. Thank you. I love the t-shirt as well. You are stuck on past 11. Carol, what do you mean stuck? What does that mean? Are you having difficulties reading past it? What does that mean? Tell me. You are outside of Charlotte. You're 50 pages in and struggling. Why are you struggling? Thank you. You can buy the t-shirts from Mess in a Bottle. And maybe I'll just put the little thing in the Mess in a Bottle. So you can buy the t-shirt from there. And Tomi and I got stuff. So it was really good. Here's the sweatshirt. It's very awesome. And and I found out about the t-shirt because of Sola in the City, who has a great store as well. She does awesome, beautiful candles, like high-end candles. And she also does a bunch of other stuff. She has these cool live shows on Instagram where she talks about like great things that she's purchased or sponsoring and so on. I haven't found her page yet, but it's Sola in the City, Sola. Okay, let's see where people are. Oh, there you are, Emery. Hello. There you are. Hi. So who do we have? We've got okay, so Emery, you said that you're on past 13, so page 95. Yeah. Awesome. And Jenny, reading from Vancouver. Hello, Jenny in Vancouver. You're at present 24. Hi, Christina. Christina, every time I see you, I think of opportunities to stab Doro. That's what I think of when I see your name all the time. Just finished past 7. So I guess Canada began daylight savings time. Yes, you showed up 1 hour later. I'm sorry. Here you are. Hi, Regina Renee. Also, Regina Renee, happy birthday weekend.
Oh my gosh, happy birthday.
Yes. Regina Renee turned half a century, 50 years young. This was a big thing. So happy birthday, Regina. And Geraldine, you're a block away from home. You'll check the page count soon. You're ready to read and chat. Excellent. Just check Kindle, past 13. All good. But you watch later. Great. Hi, Dr. Van Putten. Nice to see you. Up to present 20. Very cool. You're in Brazil. You're starting part 4. I'm also right at part 4 as well. I'm ready to get into it. It's called Reunion. That's intriguing to me. Yeah. Yeah. And Jersey fam, hey y'all. I know you're only here for half an hour, so we're gonna make it count. You're not sure why you're struggling, just not feeling engaged in the story. You think looking for connections. Don't look for connections. Don't look for connections. I think that's a good way to do this. Is just dive in and just be like, you know what? If the connections come, they'll come. Hopefully, if you come on Sunday, we can talk about whether there were connections or not. So, and your buddy reading the talents. Okay, so you're reading the Sower and the talents at the same time. Very interesting. Ooh. I wonder how is that going? Trying not to compare talents and Sower, but yeah, it is hard. I would think if you're reading 3 Butler books simultaneously, it would be hard for me not to do that, to compare either. You're finished. I love how you don't only say that you finished the book. You're like, I'm finished with the book. That's very definitive. And yay! Sarah, you couldn't stop reading, so you finished early. That's fine. Just because it's a slow read doesn't mean you have to read slow. Mr. Proven 3, happy early birthday. Lots of 50 energy.
Hey.
Hi, Michelle. Okay, so we're here. So before we get into reading, hi, Emery.
Hello.
Thanks for being so awesome and being like, yeah, I'll join today, of course.
Oh, heck yeah. I was just organizing this bookshelf.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, the live's on.
Yeah, you did the rainbow organization. It's cool. So tell the people, who are you? What? And how did you come to reading Octavia?
Okay. I'm Emery. I just started my booktube channel called Emery Empowered. I stumbled upon booktube. Well, I had been like watching booktube kind of over the years, but really sparingly. And then it was around this time last year that I started watching a lot more and trying to like engage and like talk to people. And when you announced the slow read, I had just finished reading the Xenogenesis. Is that how you pronounce that? I just finished reading that trilogy, and I was like, oh, perfect. Like, I wanted to read more anyway, so I'll jump in with the slow read. So I've been doing the slow read ever since, and absolutely loving it. And I recommend it whenever I go to a bookstore to buy a book. Whoever's helping me find the book, I'm like, hey, you should join this slow read.
That's great. Thank you for doing that. And so what have you read then so far of Octavia E. Butler's work? You read the whole Xenogenesis theory series. Yes. So you've read that, which is like the Dawn and Adulthood Rights and Imago.
Yes. And then Kindred, Wild Seed, and Mind of My Mind, and now Clay's Arc.
And then, so okay. All right, cool. Awesome. All right, so why don't you decide how long, actually, before we get into how long our reading sprint is, I'm going to ask you, do you have like an opening question for people? Like a one word, give me a one word that.
Yeah, what is one emotion you feel strongly whenever you're about to read? Because I've found myself having to like prepare myself for reading. Like, I'm never just grabbing the book and jumping in. I'm having to be like, okay. I feel anxious and unnerved just whenever picking up the book.
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
If I were to answer your question, I was anxious. I hate plagues. I was going to put up the question. I feel anxious as well. And I think part of that is because sometimes I place a lot of pressure on myself to get through a book or read faster. And as a content creator, reading is not only reading, right? It sort of morphs, as you, I'm sure, are appreciating. It morphs into other things, like how many books have I read this month, and where am I at, and the live show is where, am I going to get home? Like there's a lot of stuff around reading, so I have to sometimes just be like, okay, connect with the emotion that you feel when you think of the story, and just let that guide you. So I'm just like, oh my God, Clay's Arc, I want to know what's next. So I get excited, but usually I have to wade through all the other stuff first. So we've heard frustrated, anxious, I hate plagues, anticipation, intrigued and stressed, grateful, finally getting time to read. These are all great. Grateful, profoundly grateful to have reading time.
That's wonderful.
I'm in with the gratitude crowd. It depends on the book. This one I'm excited because it's with a community of readers. Anticipation. Cool. So as the feelings are coming in, how long would you like our first reading sprint to be?
Maybe 20 minutes just to get warmed up and into it.
Okay. All right. So let me find a nice 20-minute timer on the YouTube.
Sounds good.
We'll get started, and this is very exciting. I like the one with butterflies, so that's what we're gonna do, because it kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing. Which do you play Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Sounds good.
We'll talk. Okay, so I'm gonna share screen and 2 monitors and Chrome tab and that, and yes. And then we'll just go back to get a good, wholesome start. All right, everyone. See you in 20 minutes and enjoy our first reading sprint. How far did you get?
I'm on page 106 in this edition.
Yeah, I'm on 162.
Ooh.
I have feelings about Blake.
Ooh.
Yes. So everyone, if you can just say where you are in your reading. And my question would be, actually, my question is, it comes from a comment that Tom made, which is, given where you are in the book, what connection does this story have to the two previous stories in the Patternist series?
Ooh.
So for you, what does this serve? What does this book serve, right? What function does it have? What role does it play in the series based on what you've read so far? So I'm actually very interested about that. So I am on page 162. So I'm just going to put the question in the chat, but if you want to take a stab at answering it, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think my answer would be, I think this paints a weirdly beautiful picture of cycles and like history repeating itself and just over and over, but with different people, different circumstances, different things. There's gleaming moments where I just keep writing cycle in the margins, or someone will say a word and I'll reflect on a past book and see that as a cycle, but in a different way.
Could you give an example?
Yeah. There
Maybe
have
one
been,
from like earlier on in the book.
Yeah, there have been moments where a couple characters have said the word choice a lot. Either I don't have a choice, or oh no, you can make the choice, or something. And I just feel like that was very heavy in Wild Seed and Mind of My Mind. I felt like characters were always expressing that they didn't have a choice. They just had to go with whatever Doro was saying. And I've found a couple characters, or even early on in this, have said either not having a choice or having to make a choice.
Okay. I like that. I think somebody brought this up in a previous chat, which was that, again, we're dealing with a person who has more knowledge than everyone else about what is going on, who puts people at risk without their consent, and is in the process of trying to mastermind what he thinks is the best outcome for himself and then others, right? So it feels like Doro does that in book 1.
Oh yeah.
Wild Seed. And then Mary does that to Doro's chagrin in book 2. My Mind. And now we have Eli doing that in book 3, Clay's Arc. And we've got these 3 epidemics, right? These three gatherings over these books. I don't yet see how. I know that in the past, like Regina Renee did research before she joined us last day, and she talked about how Clay's Arc is a prequel, and so that's interesting to me. I don't yet see how Clay's Arc, if it's a prequel to Wild Seed, how that happens, because for me it still feels like Clay's Arc is very different. And I think all of these books work as standalones, but I think it's just very, very interesting that I don't see how any of these people, because it's like it's aliens and all of that. Like, I don't see how it connects to this other kinds of powers and abilities that people had. So does that mean that Doro has, like, what? I don't even know how to connect them. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay, let's see what other people have to say. So halfway through present 22, breeding seems like a theme. Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
New to OEB, welcome. Just reached part 3, Mana. All good. Carol, are you joining us on Sunday for the live show? I hope so. You're behind, just starting part 4. You're fine. I just started part 4 as well. We have tonight, for those of you who are having a night right now. So we have this evening, and then we have tomorrow. And I'll be frank with you, I'm going to not finish the book today. I'm going to pace myself. So I'll probably stop at past 27 or something like that today, so that I have, something to read, or maybe earlier than that, so that I have something to read tomorrow, because I like toward the end kind of slowing it down.
Me too. I try to really okay, take a break.
Read another thing. So in present 22, I'm still not seeing the connection unless people survive with the virus, only if they're special, like how the pattern can activate inactive people. Good point. That's a really good point. 152, no connection yet seen. Yeah, with the previous books, at least not character-wise. Yeah, thematic similarities for sure. I like the idea of a constellation of books. It doesn't have to be like a linear, right? Progression of the story. So you're present 20. All of these stories seem to have puppet masters, whether it's a person or alien. Yes. Let me answer this right quick. Yeah, because you had to go. I feel like it's the pattern that connects it to each book. It's typically about the master of the pattern of each story. This happens to be Eli. Yeah, agreed. The connection for me is the commune situation and the one person that everyone listens to for the most part. Present 26, I think they all present examples of free will and what it is fate, or what is fate, maybe? Instinct taking over despite each individual's will. Instinct taking over despite each individual's will. Curious to see what happens to Eli here and what is really going on with this disease or alien invasion. I keep on forgetting that it's an alien invasion.
Me too.
Like, it's an alien invasion. Microscopic aliens are invading internally. Like they are invading. It's colonization. And how the pattern automatically maybe affects all the characters in relation to Eli. Yeah. I don't think it's a prequel since the creator of the tech behind the arc is from book 2. Okay. Interesting. Arc. Interesting. Yes, we'll join the live show. Happy you'll be joining. Mary was in the 70s. His book is in 2021. I see all the books in the series as being about development of groups, ethnic, religious, otherwise, about the seedy underbellies. Come, Justine. Seedy underbellies of the histories we all come from. Maybe the world went wrong when Mary died. The pattern was undone, and the enclaves and sewers came into existence. Maybe. It's a symbiont alien invasion. The fact that the alien can't exist in its own is interesting. And it's also, Tati agreed, and it's also what she does. She creates relationships of interdependence between colonizers and colonized. And she did that in Kindred. There's an interdependence between Rufus and Dana. She did that in Xenogenesis, that there's an interdependence, that the Oankali require humans to continue their destiny to change, like biologically change things, their compulsion to do that. The humans need them because they are in control as a result of the invasion. There is a codependence, an interdependence in many of the books in the Patternist series. Like she does this a lot, right? We all need each other in some way. So that's very interesting to me too. Everything went wrong too fast. 100%. And emphatic, yes. Bloodchild 2. Yeah, I was thinking, I don't remember exactly which story Bloodchild was, but I see that. Spoilers. This is all very fair. Thank you, Tati. Yes, spoiler. We're further in the slow read. You're right. You are right. Okay, so folks in the chat, how long do you want for our second reading sprint? And I'm like, and also, so how long, 2 questions. How long do you want for your second reading sprint? And how many more reading sprints do you want tonight? The options are 1 more reading sprint or 2 more reading sprints. Because it's movie night, so Tommy and I are watching through all the Marvel movies, starting with Captain America, First Avenger tonight.
Nice.
Your page 162, it is a precursor. Okay, I'm on page 162.
I gotta catch up.
So, Carol, what do you mean?
It's
a precursor. What's a precursor? Are you saying that? Tell me what you mean by that, if it doesn't spoil anything. Okay, so folks, how long would you like the next sprint to be? We're going to either have 1 more sprint or 2 more sprints. And how many more sprints do you want? What about you, Emery? How many more sprints would you like?
I'm good with whatever, honestly. I'm just like cleaning and organizing, so
You're chill. Okay.
I'm just chilling.
Got you. Yeah, and how have you been annotating? Because I know you're an annotator and you talk about writing in the margins. Can we see the pages?
I've been so much. I've been the pages are green.
Nice. You've been highlighting the pages?
I have, yeah. I was running out of the washi tape that I wanted to use, but I have like a bright green highlighter, and I was like, "Oh, perfect! It goes with the book." But I've got my sticky notes.
Ooh, nice.
And, been coloring the book.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. So I love you, Michelle. 1 more so that y'all can enjoy movie night.
Yeah.
Sprint since there's another live tomorrow. Okay, so people are good. My free will is being directed to 1. It's a spoiler. There is 1 more book that ties it all together. Okay, so how about we do like 1 long juicy sprint?
Yes.
Like, do you think 45 minutes?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm down.
1 45-minute sprint. And what are people saying? 30, 40, yes. Okay, yeah, 1 more. So we're going to do 1 45-minute sprint. Get comfy, do the things. Should we have a target question, like a focus question that we asked before so that we're prepped to answer it after the sprint? And if so, what should that question be, Emery?
Ooh, what should the question be? Oh, my mind went to a blank and then went to a question that just like my first was like, what character do you think you could take in a fight? That's exactly
done. I love that. Can you write that in the comments while I find our timer? It's so scandalous. Okay, let me
go here.
Okay. All right, and then share the screen. Yeah, so for people asking in the chat, am I saving all of part 5 for tomorrow or just part of it? Maria, I'm thinking, where does part 5 start? I'm pretty close to it. You know what? I'm pretty close to it, and 45 minutes will get me through, to be honest. I think what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. because I only have a few pages before we get to part 5. I'm gonna keep part 5 to tomorrow, but what I will do is grab my Melanin Eclectic Reading Journal, and I'm gonna go to the back. There's a reading group guide, and I think I'm gonna journal a little bit for the last 45 minutes for the remainder of the 45 minutes. I'm going to answer some of the questions, or maybe I'll answer the questions in the book, because I'm starting to think about the questions that I'd like to use in the groups on Sunday, like our discussion. All right, so we've got our share the screen, because I really want to have a good chunk for tomorrow, because I really like experiencing the end of the book with other people.
Yeah.
And like the climax, right? Like that's very important to me for some reason. So I'm going to do that. Okay, 45 minutes. Feel free if you want to save. I will start at the beginning of part 5 tomorrow. If you want to save something and answer some of the discussion questions, that's cool. I'll actually post some of the discussion questions in the chat, because I know that not everybody has the same version of the book. So maybe I'll put a few questions if you want to think about it. Okay. All right, everyone. Happy reading. Enjoy this long and juicy reading sprint. Oops, sorry. Okay, so Emma Ray, what character do you think you could take in a fight?
Okay, so here's my thing. I think I could take Eli in a fight at the beginning of the book, like when we're figuring out who he is. I think if that
When
was
he's
my
weak?
family, what?
When he's weak and like,
Yeah, I think I could just go crazy on him and scare him away so that he leaves my family alone, and then I spread the news that some weird dude is infiltrating families. That's my plan.
it's good. It's good. I okay. Tati says Blake at any point. Any point. Period. I think I could take only Kira, and I would feel really bad about
Oh. Yeah.
it. You're taking us down a very dangerous path, Emery. Yep, Blake.
Mm.
You know, I don't know that I'm like, I have some basic karate takedown like moves and stuff and self-defense, but I don't like the idea of taking people down physically, so probably no one, to be honest. But yes, and this question has me deeply uncomfortable, which is good. It's just good. It's a good thing. Wouldn't take any of them in a fight. Wouldn't try to get away because resistance is, well.
Oh, yeah. The history of resistance in this series is not great.
Probably Zarian. Yeah. Eli, he would trust my humanity to his cause. Dun, dun, dun.
Sounds like a tagline for like a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's fun. So, is there anything else you want to ask questions about? What part are you at now?
Oh yeah, so I'm now on page 148. I'm in past 19.
148 past 19. Okay.
So Zerium, it starts out with.
Right.
I like that we're getting perspectives and other sides, and I love that because I found myself really wanting that throughout the entire story. I think Wild Seed is where I wished that there was more breaks of perspective, just because a whole lot was going on. So I like that it's very frequent in Clay's arc, or it feels more frequent at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of prism shifting for sure. I have to say, the more of Octavia E. Butler's work I read during the slow read, the more I appreciate her skill. The sparseness of her writing is completely beguiling. Like, I feel as though you're expected to just be like, oh, she's just a really plain language writer, easy to read. You just kind of move through it. But she plants things. Like, I was just flipping through the pages and I found something that blew my mind. And I was just like, wow, I wouldn't, like, unless I had gone back, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have caught that. And also I have a theory about how Clay's arc connects to Mind of My Mind.
Ooh, okay.
I have a theory. And I think, to be honest, I think my theory is impacted by something that someone said in like the first slow read about how they were potentially connected. Ooh. I'm not exactly sure. So I'm going to keep reading and then I'll probably bring it up on Sunday because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I think I might have a sense. Could be totally wrong.
I'm so excited. I'm here for the theories.
Yes, for sure. So for people, we're gonna wrap up. Just in terms of a couple of announcements, and Emery, if you have any announcements of cool bookish things happening this weekend, please feel free to share. So tomorrow, their Sister Sci-Fi is hosting an event. It is a celebration of Parable of the Sower. And yeah, and one of the guests is Ayanna Jamison, which is part of the organization that like keeps OEB's legacy alive. So it's the OEB Legacy Society, I believe. And so that's happening tomorrow. So if you want to have a full Octavia E. Butler weekend, that is something that you can go to, and the tickets are still on sale. I think you can just go to Sister Sci-Fi and check their events. And so that's Parable of the Sower. And then, of course, our slow read is on Sunday. It is tomorrow evening actually is going to be the last slow read for Clay's Arc. So that's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be the finale. So definitely come and finish your reading with us, and we can sort of be like, and start thinking about what we want to bring and contribute on Sunday. And then Sunday, of course, Sunday afternoon, if you're in the Eastern Daylight Time, I'm tired, part of the world, we are going to be hosting the live show. So Tatiana, Isis, and myself will be hosting the live show, and I'm really looking forward to the Sound Circle and getting into the groups. And we are going to have a special guest with us. So Regina Renee is going to be one of the facilitators for our small groups. We got feedback that people wanted smaller discussion groups. So we asked Regina Renee, and she was good with that. Actually, she said that she was good with that. So thank you, Regina Renee, for that. And so that's going to be cool. And we have had conversations about like seeing if people wanted to volunteer to facilitate the discussion group so that we could have more breakout rooms and more conversation with smaller groups of people. So that is happening. So this is sort of a call out. If there's anyone who is here with us now who would be interested in being a facilitator for one of the small breakout groups during our live shows, just let us know. Either maybe not for Sunday, unless you're like me, please, but maybe for future ones. So please let us know. Is there anything happening in the bookish world on your end that you'd like to talk about?
Erica at The Broken Spine has been doing the Unkindness of Ghosts by River Solomon slow read, and that has been super fun. All of our reading sprints are on her channel, and I believe she's doing one Sunday as well, though I'm not sure which time. I think it got moved. So find Erica and ask in case the time is wrong.
Unkindness of Ghosts it's such a great book, and River Solomon is incredible. Is this your first time reading it?
No, it's my second time.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh,
Cool.
It's amazing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. And what else? I think that's it for now. So unless folks have anything else you want to add, I notice people are saying where they are. Okay, so Michelle, you got to part 5 and you stopped. You're late posting. You're totally fine. Yeah, I'm going to start part 5 tomorrow. So very excited about that. End of that. You're getting dialed in finally. All good, Tom. Happy early birthday. Did you say your birthday was tomorrow or today? Something is happening. You're welcome, Christina. Okay, everyone. So thank you very much for joining. We're going to sign off now. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday. We will see you tomorrow and on Sunday as we wrap up our Clay's Arc read, which is super exciting. I'm going to try and wear something green.
Ooh.
I might try to match the book because I got these cool green things.
Ooh, yes.
So maybe there might be a green thing happening. All right. Okay. Are we good? Are we good?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And broadcast.